Hello, welcome back to another week at Escaloo. This week's featured animal is the European rabbit. Creating 2 art prints and a new sticker sheet. Starting by making some sketches of bunnies to try to make a habit of practicing drawing traditionally. As someone who enjoys drawing bunnies in the past, I have particularly enjoyed this week's featured animal. I attempted to paint over this sketch with acrylic gouache. However, the result wasn't great and I would like to practice painting traditionally in the future. When rabbits are happy, they jump around, which is called a binky. This looks especially cute as their facial expression remains quite unemotional. The idea was to paint 3 bunnies binkying around a field, aiming for some dynamic movement as well as adding depth. This can be achieved by the positioning of the rabbits as well as including a landscape with trees and florals. Drawing using some generated references of rabbits jumping. A lot of time was spent on this piece, experimenting and practicing rendering techniques. At some point it seemed to be going well, but then eventually it became overworked. I'm still trying to find the right balance when it comes to rendering. Another challenge I'm working on is my lighting and color contrast. I'd like to be braver when it comes to using darker or bolder colors. With practice, hopefully a natural painting style will evolve. The white lines are a subtle but nice addition to emphasize the movement of the rabbits. It was fun to experiment with different brushes and painting process. There are already a few bunny stickers in the shop. However, still grasping the opportunity to make yet another, this time inspired by the gouache effect of the narwhal stickers from a previous video. European rabbits have particularly complex and extensive burrow systems called warrens. These warrens can house multiple rabbit families that have various entrances and chambers for sleeping. With this second art piece, taking AI-generated references even further, by also having it magic up some human-made structures. This composition was my own idea, however, a visual reference aids my drawing. Rabbits in general sometimes communicate with each other through body language. For example, the binky is a jump and a twist in the air to express happiness. They also thump their hind legs on the ground to signal danger. The European rabbit is one of the world's most invasive species. Once introduced, they can cause significant ecological changes by overgrazing and soil erosion. Focusing on the warmth of the wood materials by using a diverse brown palette, as well as adding a light source and respective shadows. On reflection, the bunnies are placed too close to the edge of the print. I'm worried they may be covered by frames or an inner matting. Therefore, I will still try to adjust the painting to add more space between the edge of the print and the rabbits. Which print is your favourite? Do you prefer art with nature scenery, or do you like to see some human-made structures in the background? Please let me know what you think. Which animal should we paint next week? Thanks for watching, see you next time!